one of our grassroots leaders. I'm fortunate that he's a Dallas County guy, so we've kidnapped him into our county. Oliver Bardwell is standing next to me, and I'm going to just read something about him. He looks like ZZ Top. Yes, but he is way more talented. Iowa Bardwell is the founder of Iowans for Freedom, a best-selling author, host of a podcast called The Freedom Factor, from medical freedoms to religious freedoms and parental rights. I love that. He's been working diligently since 2020 to preserve our rights and liberties here in Iowa. You may have been to his rallies. He's very busy at the Capitol. In fact, he texts me how many bills are going to get passed, and then I read about it the next day, and I'll tell you what, the House and the Senate are moving things along. It's amazing. He loves his family, he loves freedom, and now I welcome, he's on the Dallas County Central Committee. He's one of ours, Oliver Bardwell.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you. And let's give a big round of applause to all the Dallas County volunteers who helped make this happen. Yes, exactly. Hello, Dallas County, Iowa. So this is a rally, so I'm going to ask something of you. If you love freedom, say yes. Yes. If you love freedom, say yes. Yes. What do you love? Freedom. What do you love? Freedom. Awesome. That is why we're here, isn't it? Because we love freedom. The freedom to live our lives without being persecuted for our wholesome Iowa values. The freedom to speak our minds without censorship. The freedom to raise our children to believe in the American way of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Freedom is a fundamental human right ingrained in the very fabric of our nation and into the very fabric of our being. Our founding fathers believed in this principle so deeply that they were willing to risk their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to secure it for themselves and for future generations. As we gather here today, I think it's crucial to remind ourselves of the brave men and women who throughout history have fought for freedom. They showed us that freedom is not given, but is earned through hard work, perseverance, and sacrifice. As we gather here today, we remember the words of JFK, who said, "The most powerful single force in the world is neither communism or capitalism. It's neither the H-bomb nor the guided missile. It's man's eternal desire to be free and independent." Yes. And we remember the words of Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "You must demand freedom, for it will not be given freely." And he reminded us that our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. And let us not forget the wisdom of Sandra Day O'Connor, who emphasized that as citizens, we need to learn how to be part of our democracy, how to express ourselves, and that every single one of us can make things happen. Today, we want to honor our beloved governor and our freedom-loving legislators for all the hard work they've done this session and for making things happen. Give it up for our legislators. Give it up for our governor. When Iowans demanded change, they not only listened, but they took decisive action. Even in the face of vicious personal attacks, they stood firm. They prevailed. We prevailed. Freedom prevailed. My fellow Iowans, let us renew our commitment to the cause of freedom. True commitment requires personal sacrifice because the price of freedom is high. We must never forget our freedoms were paid for with the bitter tears and blood shed by the generations of those who came before us. Their sacrifice carries with it an often overlooked conditional requirement, a directive to be passed from one generation to the next. It's stamped in the very DNA of this great state. You may have heard it without even realizing its simple yet powerful message. It simply reads, "Our liberties we prize, and our rights we will maintain." These words convey a clear message to all future generations. that it is our duty to protect and preserve what we have been given. Ronald Reagan once said, freedom is always just one generation from extinction. In this generation, right now, in this moment, this is our time to fight for freedom, our time to raise our voices, and our time to take a stand. Not everyone can run for office or spend their time lobbying at the Capitol. However, every Iowan has a sacred duty to contribute to the preservation of freedom in some way. Whether you choose to donate, to volunteer, or simply to use your voice, your contribution is essential to ensuring that we pass the torch of liberty to the next generation, shining brighter than ever before. If you love freedom, say yes! Yes! If you love freedom, say yes! Yes! May God bless you all. God bless Iowa. God bless the United States of America. And one last time, what do you love?